Hello. So the goal of this video is to make an ad hoc filter that allows Infinite Campus to gather all your advisory grades and drop them into one easy spot versus going kid to kid and looking at their grades tab to check on them to see how they're doing in their courses. So here we go. Before we get going, just to give you a heads up, you will need a list of all your kids' student ID numbers because we need that information to create that filter. So if you want to pause the video and grab all that, you can. You know whatever you want to do to make this work. So if we go into your Infinite Campus, and it depends on we need to be over here on the tools side to do this. So we're going to scroll down to ad hoc reporting. Inside ad hoc reporting, we're going to open up Filter Designer. Okay, when we get into Filter Designer, we are going to create a new query. So we're going to create a query wizard, and we're going to sort on students. So we're going to select the top two items of both of those, and we're going to create an ad hoc filter. So the first thing it absolutely has to have is a query name. I'm going to roll with 18, 19 advisory grades. Whoops, if I could spell, life would be better. All right, there we go. Okay. As we're doing this, so that it has a name now. So the first place we need to get information from is going to be demographics. So we're going to open up the plus sign next to demographics. We need to grab that student ID number, and we're going to grab a last name and a first name to get information there. Okay. That's all we needed from demographics, so we're going to close that up. From there, we're going to get the rest of what we need, almost what we need, from grading. So we're going to open up grading, and we're going to open up grading detail to grab several things here from grading detail that we're going to use on that. Okay, so we're going to pull a course name. Okay, we're going to pull the teacher display, and just so we can sort some first semester and second semester issues later on, we're going to pull a term name. From there, just so we know what grading task we're looking at, whether it's semester or progress, we're going to pull that task name. And if you were new from last year, or if you're going at it all new filter, here's what was different. We're going to pull a progress score and then a progress percent, and that will give you the current grade each of your kiddos has. Okay, now there is one last thing that we need to go grab because Infinite Campus is going to keep that record going in there. We're going to come back up here to Learner, and we're going to come down here to Schedule. And then we're going to look for an end date. So now what happens is if a kiddo has dropped a class, that grade is still going to be out there. We're going to find ones without end dates on their roster and be able to go from that. So we have collected all the fields that we need for our filter. So now we'll scroll down over here to the right and we'll find that next button and we'll move on to next. So here is our filter and all of our fields. We need to set some operators for this. The first operator is going to be for the student number, and we're going to select in. When we select in, now here is where we type in our advisory students ID numbers. I went back to an old filter and I copied, and now I'm going to paste all those in there. So mine was much easier to do because I did that. But all you just need a roster and start typing in each ID number separated by a comma. You don't need a space in there. You just need the comma to separate each of those fields. Okay, so that's going to pull up all your advisory kids. The other thing we're going to do down here is we're going to set this to be is null. Okay, so is null will allow us to do that. If we want to, you can set this now. As far as we can set the term name to equal semester 1, and that way when you come back to do second semester, we can edit this and change it to semester 2, and you won't have any duplicate grades from the previous semester rolling in there as far as that goes. So I think we have everything that we need to make this filter work. We're going to come down here, and if you want to, you could go ahead and hit next again. I don't care about seeing that the end date is null or seeing that information. So I can click that out of there if you don't want to see that output number. If you don't want if you don't want that student ID number carried over into whatever you're going to export as far as a spreadsheet, or whether you're just going to keep it as a PDF or you're just going to print and go, that would be another thing that you could omit from your output. But in either case, we're going to hit save and test. So make sure your pop-up blockers are disabled because it's going to pop up a new spreadsheet. And here's all of my all the kids that I have in advisory, and it's going to give me their grades over here to the right. If I would scroll over to the right, we'd see those. And here's what you can do. You can export this directly to Excel. You can export it directly to a PDF if you're going to print it, or you can select all and copy and paste as a way to get it into Excel. If that's something that you want to do some sorting or highlighting or whatever you need to do. So I hope that's got you on your way. I didn't move too fast. That was 6 minutes that went by pretty quick. And so just let me know if you have any questions, and we'll try to get you going on the right path. Thanks. Have a great day.